your support means a lot to them, and I just ask that you continue that support, not only during the time before they ship to basic, but through their whole time in uniform. Okay, for you guys, for you 11 here this afternoon today, this is a big day for you. This is an important milestone in your life. Today, you know, after all the hurdles that you've gone through, all the visits to the MEPS, all the time you spent with your recruiter, and doing all that other stuff, today's the day that you raise your right hand and you take the oath of enlistment, and you add your name to the end of a list of 235 years of Marines going back to 1775. The importance of your first enlistment is really not something to be overlooked, and you probably won't recognize the full meaning of it today. You probably won't recognize it for a couple of years, and maybe not even until you take the uniform off for the last time. But the day of your first enlistment is an important milestone in your life, and so I hope that you are suitably ready for it. Okay. You're joining a proud heritage today. The word Marine and the title of being a Marine means a lot to everyone who's ever done it. The name has a special significance besides just the uniform that you wear. You've got a big legacy to live up to. You've got a lot of heroes that have come before you and a lot that are going to follow you. And so it's on your shoulders to maintain that legacy, that honor, that tradition of those heroes of being Marines. Everywhere you go, once you put on the uniform, everywhere you go, the spotlight's going to be on you. And everything you do, you're going to be representing the Marines, and you're going to be representing the United States. Because right now, out of the 350 million or so people in the U.S., less than 1% of them are serving in uniform, and only a small percentage of that are Marines. And so you really are a select few that have set yourself apart. And you're going to go around the country, and you're going to go around the world, and you are going to be the example. People are going to look at you, and what they see in you is what they're going to think of the Marines and what they're going to think of America. And so I want you to remember that everywhere you go. You're joining a legacy today that you may have been part of sports teams or high schools. Obviously, you've got a family, or you've all got families, but you've been part of organizations where the members have a common bond, and you bond together, and you support each other, and you motivate each other. Take all that, take everything that you've known about that in the past, and multiply it by 1,000,000, and you get sort of an idea of what it means to be a Marine. But even that doesn't quite touch it. Marines watch out for each other. You protect the guys on your left and your right, and your front and your back. You make sure that no harm comes to them. You support them when they need help. You keep them on the straight and narrow, and you help them make good decisions. And they do the same thing for you. And so I would expect that not only would you be good Marines and support your fellow Marines, but that you would let them do the same for you. And by that I mean that when you come to a situation that you can't handle on your own, and I guarantee there's going to be some of those, whether it's in a deployed situation or whether it's in training, no matter how smart you are, no matter how fast you are, no matter how strong you are, no matter how well you shoot, there's going to be times when you cannot do it on your own. Sometimes it's by design. And your fellow Marines are there to support you, and they're there to help you through, but you need to recognize when you're at your limit and be able to ask for help. And it's not a sign of weakness, and it's not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you understand what it means to be a Marine and what it means to come together as a unit. And so if you're the type A individual, get her done type that doesn't know how to ask for help, then you need to get over that real quick. Or you're never going to be able to become part of that fabric of the Marines. I want to give you a couple challenges to think about between now and the time that you go to basic for sure, but really the rest of your time in uniform. The first I want to talk about is growth, personal growth. My challenge to you is that every day that you do something that's going to make yourself either a better Marine or a better citizen or a better human being. Okay? And that can be a lot of different things. It means education. Keep up on your education. You may have a piece of paper that says you're done with high school. You may even have a piece of paper that says you're done with college, but that doesn't mean that you ever should stop learning. If you ever stop learning, it's like a leaf. You're going to wither up and die, and it's not something that we want to see happen to any of our service members. So whether it means going back to college, whether it means teaching yourself something new, or going out and volunteering and being a part of your community, or whatever it is, do something every day to expand your horizons and make you a better person. Second thing I want to challenge you to do is take some time periodically and do a little self-reflection. Look at yourself, look at your goals, and ask yourself, am I on the right path to achieve my goals? And you can start by looking at yourself and asking yourself, why am I serving? What is it that brought me here today and made me want to be a Marine? Is it because Dad was a Marine and I want to follow in his footsteps? Is it because you're looking for the honor and the tradition that the Marines bring? Is it because you're looking for the GI Bill or the benefits? Whatever it is, whatever brought you to the Marines today, and out of 11 of you, I would almost guarantee I get 11 different answers. Answer those questions for yourself now, because later on when you're tired and you're sore and you're stinky and hungry and people are in your face and you're miserable, that's not the time to be questioning yourself and asking yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I putting up with this nonsense and this discomfort? Because if you start questioning yourself like that, your chances of failure go way up. So answer those questions now and give yourself the self-confidence to push through that, whether it's in basic, whether it's deployed, whatever. Have that feeling that, I'm doing that, I'm suffering through this because I'm a Marine and here's why. Okay? Okay, that's the limit of my speech here. That's the wisdom I want to give you, and I know you're not here to listen to me. I know for most of you, 4:30 came real early this morning. I can see it on some of your faces. No offense. So we're going to get to the important part, and that's the oath of enlistment. So I'm going to ask you all 3 questions. You're going to answer as a group, and then following that, we'll do the oath, and then I'll dismiss you to go across the hall and sign your contract. And for those of you with family members or recruiters here, if you want to stay for pictures afterwards, then you can fall out of line on the way out of the room here. And I'll be happy to pose for whatever pictures. Folks in the back, if your young Marine tries to sneak past you, then feel free to snatch them out of line, because sometimes they will get locked onto the guy in front of them and they will walk right past you. So feel free to grab them. All right, let's get started then. For all of you, have you been briefed on and do you understand the DoD separation policy and restrictions on personal conduct in the Armed Forces?
Yes, sir.
Have you been briefed on and do you understand UCMJ Articles 83, 85, and 86?
Yes, sir.
Do any of you have any questions, reservations, or reluctance to enlisting at this time?
No, sir.
Okay then, please raise your right hands. Repeat after me. I state your full name.
I,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I will obey the orders
and I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers
and the orders of the officers
appointed over me
appointed over me
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice,
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Put your hands down. Congratulations, all of you. Welcome to the Marine Corps. As I said, this is a big day, and the only thing that we have left to do to make it official is to actually put signatures on your contracts. And again, if you want pictures, then fall out of line on the way out of the room. Right face, fall out.
City of Remembering. That's over.
Yeah.